Hey there nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another episode of From Hell. This is our series that is dedicated to Reign in Hell battle reports, and Reign in Hell once again is a demonic combat skirmish game that is developed by Snarling Badger Studios. Snarling Badger Studios is a joint venture that has been established by both Adam Loper as well as Vince Venturella, both of them being YouTube miniature wargamers, famous for tabletop minions as well as Warhammer Weekly. And my gaming group and I actually decided to take our gaming group and actually make a campaign for using the Reign in Hell campaign rule system. So this is battle report number 8 of our campaign. This is a marked for death scenario that is fought between Demented as well as Brokers. My friend Dark Lord Mac is bringing the Garden of Maladies, his Demented Cabal, and I'm bringing the Ethereal Bank of Vykos, my Brokers Cabal. So we're going to play some background music real quick. As the music is playing, we'll show you photos of both cabals as well as the rosters. If you want to see exactly what we're bringing for this battle report, go ahead and pause and take a look at your own leisure. So that being said, let's get this battle report on a roll. So the scenario rules for this one is called Marked for Death. For the terrain features, there should be no terrain that is taller than 4 inches, and pretty much player 1 is the attacker and player 2 is the defender. In this scenario, my buddy Dark Lord Mac will be the attacker and I will be the defender in this scenario. Now for myself, which is the player 2 deploys in the center of the battlefield, so as you can see right in this photo, my entire cabal is located there. Meanwhile, player 2 picks a single member of the cabal to be marked for death, and I picked one of my demons appropriately. And what ends up happening is that player 1, the attacker, sets up in opposing corners of the battlefield, getting ready to ambush me. Now for the victory conditions on this one, the battle lasts for 5 turns, and the attacker is trying to kill the demon on player 2's cabal that is marked for death, and if player 1 accomplishes this, they win. If not, player 2 wins the scenario. For the rewards, we have what's called Slay the Hunted. If the attacker succeeds, you roll a d12 and gain that many souls for killing that demon. And another victory condition is called Survivor, and if the defender succeeds, they gain 1 additional experience point. So with the scenario rules over, let's go and talk about battle plans and deployment. So here's an overview shot of the entirety of the battlefield. As you can see, we're playing on a Warcry mat. My forces are deployed in the center, while Dark Lord Mac's forces are deployed on opposite corners, in the upper left-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner. So pretty much how the scenario works is that my cabal has been caught in an ambush, and now I'm being attacked from all sides. And the idea is that one of my members is being marked for death, one of my demons. Now in this case for me, I decided to pick Balefire, which is one of my corpulent demons, for obvious reasons. Corpulent demons have 15 life. They also have Pile of Flesh special rule, which means every single time that they activate, they regenerate 2 health, and so that's the guy I decided to choose because he can survive the longest. The only problem that I face though is that corpulent demons are not very fast and they have movement 4. They can't go very quick at all. Now, luckily for me though, that also works for my advantage. And the reason why is because the Garden of Maladies, which is the Demented Cabal that my friend Dark Lord Mac is playing, most of his lesser demons are corpulent demons, which means they're very, very slow moving. So my plan here for the most part is to duck up to the upper right-hand corner, is what I plan on doing. I plan on putting my corpulent demon Balefire somewhere in the middle of the ruins, so that way he's protected, and then sending my cabal up to that corner as well to defend him at all costs. Pretty much I'm just letting keep away the entire time, since they have to defeat my corpulent demon to kill him to win, and since most of his demons are pretty slow, the only thing I have to worry about are his fast movers. Dark Lord Mac has 2 Mifets in this army, as well as his leader, as well as his Madness Demon. I will need to work out for those 2 guys, because those 4 guys are pretty quick, but if I can target those guys and take them out, I can pretty much just play keep away the entire time and pretty much survive. So the battle plan, let's go and talk about deployment real quick. So starting with the upper left-hand corner, we have the deployment for the Garden of Maladies. In the very back, that is Gardener Malady. He is the leader demon of the Garden of Maladies cabal. He's got Maddening Insight, which means he can reroll any 1 dice. He's also a Zealot with a Frenzy special rule. He's also got Regenerating Soul as well as Infernal Armor. And right next to him as well are the Degenerate, which is the Mephet in the front, as well as 2 of his corpulent demons, Goldcore and Gurlock. And in the bottom right-hand deployment is the other half of his Cabal. On the back there, that big guy is Madness is his name, the Beast Slayer. He is a devout demon, he's a Madness demon. He's got Infect with Madness special rule, as well as Disorder, as well as the Beast Slayer title. Right next to him in the front, he's got two Corpulent Demons, Mortar Mold, as well as Slimex, the Pacifist. And finally, right in the front there, we have Inglorious, the Stormbreaker, which is his Mephet. And that pretty much makes a deployment for the Garden of Maladies. So next we have the deployment for the Ethereal Bank of Vykos, which is my Broker's Cabal. Right in the center of my deployment area, that pale flesh demon with the red ribbons around his body, that's my lesser demon, my corpulent demon Balefire. He's the guy who's been marked for death. He's also got his pile of flesh ability. Now next to him to the left hand side, that is Duke Grimwatch. He's my leader demon. He's got Rich in Soul, a special rule, and he's also a manipulator, schemer. He's got a mass manipulator rules, as well as Unyielding Essence, Regenerating Soul, as well as Infernal Armor. Now right beneath him on the bottom right left hand corner, that is Crack Marrow, which is my devout demon. He's a Tallyman. He's got Balance the Scale, as well as Attack special rule. He's also got the Armor of Fortitude, giving him +2 life. Now right next to him on the right hand side, that is Gristlevel. He's my Slaughter Fiend. He's got the Lucky Charm. Next to him on the right hand side, that is Valrique. She's my Spined demon, and she's also got a Lucky Charm as well. To the right of her is Royal Butcher, which is a Tentacle Beast. Right above him is Master Talon, is another one of my corpulent demons as well. And the top there, those are the Duke's Harriers, which are my Mephet. And then finally on the left hand side, that's Night Herald, which is my Armored Demon. He's got Scaly Skin as well as the Blood-Stained Gauntlet. And that pretty much makes my deployment for this one. So with deployment over with, we go directly to the top of turn number 1, and Dark Lord Mac and I roll our activation dice to see which of us will be going first. Alright, so that takes us directly to the top of turn number 1, and these are the activation dice that we rolled on this one. As you can see, I actually have 3 activations right before Dark Lord Mac can activate anybody, which is actually kind of nice. So this is the photo I did for my very first activations. As you can see, the first thing I did, of course, I took Balefire, moved him as quick as he can up to the upper right hand corner, so that way he can start making his way into those ruins to protect him. At the same time, I also paired off the Night Herald, which is my Armored Demon, to go with him. The reason why is because they both have the same movement characteristic. And my Night Herald can actually take some damage and protect my Corpulent Demon, who's being marked for death. At the same time, I also moved up my Duke's Harriers, did a running skirmish attack, just kind of ran forward to try to attack one of the Mephets. I believe it was Inglorious the Stormbreaker, but unfortunately I didn't do anything. All I did is just dash forward, attack, and then bounce back. Meanwhile, for Dark Lord Mac's activation, he then runs course does a running skirmish real quick, attacking my Corpulent Demon, putting a wound on him, and at the same time, he also has 5 wounds, and the reason why that's the case because for my next activation, I then activate my leader, Duke Grimwatch, who does a charging attack directly into Inglorious the Stormbreaker, managed to put 5 wounds on him. Dark Lord Mac's other Mephet does another running skirmish directly into my Corpulent Demon as well, bringing his wounds up to 5, at the same time landing on the other side of him, so that part's kind of rough. Then Dark Lord Mac activates Garden of Maladies, his leader demon, who does a charge attack directly into my General Grimwatch, managed to put 7 wounds on him as well, which is pretty bad. Basically ate up half his life in that single charging attack because my leader only has 13 life. So not to be outdone, I didn't activate Crack Marrow. My Tallyman does a charge attack directly into that Mephet, and managed to put that guy directly out of action as well with the slain result, so he will need to roll up on the Soul Loss table to see exactly what happens to him. Meanwhile, for Dark Lord Mac's next activation, he activates one of his Corpulent Demons, who does a charge attack directly into the Duke's Harriers. My Mephet managed to put 4 wounds onto him. And as you can see in this photo, his other Corpulent Demons also move up as well. I believe that Slimex, the Pacifist, moves up, and I think that's Golcore of the upper left-hand side. Those guys start swarming directly towards my defensive lines to start engaging my demons. For my next activation, activate Gristlevel, who basically does a charge attack directly into Garden of Maladies. Managed to put 3 wounds on that guy, so that part's pretty epic. And for my next series of activations, I decided to take the offense on this one. This photo is actually after several activations. So the first thing I do, of course, is I send in Valrique, my Spine Demon. She does a charging attack directly into Madness's name. Madness's name, of course, is a focus combat right back to Valrique. Managed to put 5 wounds on her, so that part was kind of sad. I then sent in the rest of my, basically the rest of my Cabal. I sent in Balefire. I also sent in the Royal Butcher as well. And both those guys do charging attacks directly into Madness's name. Now with the combined attacks between Valrique as well as the Royal Butcher, as well as Master Talon, I do manage to kill off his Madness Demon in all one fell swoop, so that part was absolutely fantastic. I was able to pull all those charging attacks forward and basically cause enough damage to basically kill him off, which is absolutely awesome because that guy's pretty quick, and now all that's left really is his leader, and that's the only thing I have to worry about. His leader and his Mephet, and those are the only two fast movers I have to worry about. And for Dark Lord Mac's last activation, he sends in one of his Corpulent Demons up forward in order to catch up with the rest of the action. And that pretty much makes up the activations for turn number 1. So here's the battlefield at the end of turn number 1 as well. So as you can see in this photo, I managed to secure 4 soul dice by doing that. I was able to secure 2 soul dice for killing Madness is his name, as well as one of the Fets. I also managed to pass my Balance the Scales ability. Tip the Scales ability, so I was able to get 2 more soul dice from that as well. At the same time, my attack score also went up a couple top points, so that way I can start generating some more soul dice later on. And as you can see, I'm slowly making my way to the upper right hand corner. I did kill Madness as his name, was one of my goals, and then my next thing to do is attack his last Mephet, as well as his leader demon. And then once after I get done with that, I can just play Keep Away the entire time as his corporate demons attempt to just try to catch me in the battlefield. So with that takes directly to the top of turn number 2, and these are our activations for this turn. So you can see there, these are the activation dice that we rolled. As you can see, once again, I got pretty lucky on that one. Got a couple of activations before Dark Lord Mac. So the first thing I do, of course, is I do a charging attack with my leader, Duke Grimwatch, on the second Mephet in the upper hand corner. I believe that is Inglorious the Stormbreakers, who that is. Either way, though, I do a charging attack against him, managed to kill that demon right off the bat. So that part was awesome. Dark Lord Mac then activates his leader, regenerates one of his wounds, and then charges directly into Crack Marrow, my Tallyman. Managed to put 6 wounds on him, so that part's insane. But as you can see, I do a couple of activations right back to Garden of Maladies. I do a focus attack with Crack Marrow, managed to put a couple wounds on him. I then do a charging attack with Valric, who goes directly into his back there as well. And at the same time, I also send in, also sends in Gristaval as well. After all the combats over with all 3 of my guys, managed to put 9 wounds directly onto Garden of Maladies, which is absolutely fantastic, because Garden of Maladies only has 13 life, which means he only got 5 wounds left before he is absolutely killed. Meanwhile, my Duke's Harriers, which is my Mephet demon, he gets killed off by one of the corpulent demons, so that part was kind of sad. But, you know, I'll take what I can get at this point. And for my next couple activations as well, and this photo is taken after several activations, actually. What ends up happening is that my opponent, Dark Lord Mac, then sends in his corpulent demons to do some damage. Managed to put 2 wounds directly onto Gristavel, which is my Slaughter Fiend. I then also charge in my Tentacle Beast, a Royal Butcher, who then goes into Dark Lord Mac's leader, Garden of Maladies. Brad to bring up to 11 wounds, so this guy's only got 2 more wounds left before he drops dead, which is absolutely fantastic. Dark Lord Mac then does a charging attack with one of his corpulent demons into Master Talon, my other corpulent demon, who takes 2 wounds. I then finally do a charging attack with Night Herald, which is my armored demon, directly into Garden of Maladies, and with that last few attacks I was able to put in there, I was able to kill him right off the bat with the last 2 wounds, and just like that, Garden of Maladies is also dead. Dark Lord Mac then sends in one of his other corpulent demons directly into Master Talon, but luckily for me though, he flubs his rolls, so my corpulent demon is doing perfectly fine. At the same time, I then activate Bellfire. Bellfire does heal himself 2 wounds and actually backs up his maximum movement lance to the right. And I did make a mistake here. I do apologize for that. I actually activated the Knight's Herald again, which is a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, but, you know, I'm going to report it like I did it. And I also moved back the Night Herald as well. I shouldn't have done that because the Night Herald actually spent his attacks finishing off Garden of Maladies, so that should not have happened. And then for my final activation, I activate Master Talon, my corpulent demon. He heals up 2 wounds because his Pile Flesh ability, and he does a focus attack directly into the other corpulent demon. Managed to put 2 wounds onto him as well. And with that takes directly to the end of turn number 2 on this one. So as you can see in this overhead shot, my friend Dark Lord Mac, his leader, his devout demon, his 2 fast movers are dead. The only thing he has left now are his 4 corpulent demons. Now the only problem that he has is that those 4 corpulent demons are very resilient. They can take a lot of beatings, but they're not very quick. They only move 4 inches. Meanwhile, my guys are actually quite fast, considering I'm going against mainly corpulent demons. So as you can see, I have in the right hand corner, I put Bellfire right in the middle of the ruins like my plan originally did. I did move the Night Herald, which was actually an illegal move, and the reason why is because I already activated him once before, so that part was kind of tragic. I do apologize for that. However, there's a little bit of a melee taking place in the upper left-hand corner, as well as the bottom right-hand corner as well. My friend Dark Lord Mac did manage to get a soul from killing my Duke's Harriers, but at the same time, as you can see, I managed to get 7 souls so far using my abilities to rack up points. A couple of them are actually from killing several demons, but at the same time, though, I also got my Tip the Scales ability, which gives me more additional dice as well. And I also passed one of my couple of my rolls for my tech scores as well, so that way I gain individual souls that way. And things are looking pretty grim right now for Dark Lord Mac. And with that, that takes us directly to the end of the game with the victory for the brokers. And the reason why is because my buddy Dark Lord Mac realizes that for the rest of the game, I'm just going to be pulling away from him the entire time, playing keep away. His demons are not fast enough in order to catch up with the rest with my corpulent demons. So because that realizes all we're going to do for the next few turns is, move miniatures for the most part. So he decides to call it because he realizes he can't really catch my demon. There's no way he can actually pull a victory on this one. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we go directly to the post game because this battle report is now officially over. Alright, so first of all, let's go and talk about the Garden of Maladies, the Demented Cabal. So they actually lost 4 fighters in this 1-4 loss, and actually all 4 of them have the same effect, which was no effect. Garden of Malady, Man is his name, the Beast Slayer, Degenerate, and Glorious, all 4 of those guys make full recoveries with no effects, so they're perfectly fine. Now for the rewards, they were able to score 6 souls from actually killing one of my Mephet demons as well. At the same time, he also got 3 rolls on the relic table for his rewards. He got a Bloodstained Gauntlet, which means that the bearer, when they make a defensive roll, any result of 6 deals 1 damage to the enemy. He decided to put that on Manus as his name, the Beast Slayer. And he also got a Reliquary as well, which basically means that once per battle, he gets +1 movement or +1 combat until his activation. So because of that, he put that directly onto his leader, Garden of Maladies as well. And for his third roll, unfortunately, he rolled no relics, so that's the reason why he only has 2. Now, he has no titles or advancements or recruitment expeditions this time, so because that, nothing much happens there. His current record now is at 2 wins as well as 1 loss. So let's talk about the Ethereal Bank of Vykos. So for my Cabal, I did lose one of my demons, which was the Duke Carriers, but when I rolled for his effects, though, he rolled no effect, so he makes a full recovery, no problem. Now for my rewards. From this scenario, I was able to score 46 souls on this one. At the same time, I also got 1 roll on the relic table for my rewards. I got Bracers of Unparalleled Defense, which means that once per battle, when making combat defensive rolls, each 5 up, count as successful defensive rolls until the next activation. And for that one, I basically gave that Bracers of Unparalleled Defense to Balefire, because I plan on every single time I have to do something like this with a Marked for Death scenario, I'll give it to my guy Balefire for the most part. And that was the only rewards that I had. However, I did spend some souls in the last battle report in order to fund an expedition. So because of that, I get to roll up on the rewards table again. And because I did that, spending my 10 souls last time, I was able to roll up, get 2 rolls on the Essence table due to my expedition. So that part was kind of cool. One of them was Essence of the Ram, which means that any combat roll of 6 ends up being 2 damage for my enemies, so I put that on Valric, my Spine Demon. I also rolled Essence of Life, which means that once per battle, I heal D3 health. So because I decided to put that on Duke Grimwatch, which is my leader of my Cabal. Now, for my titles, I earned no titles at this point, and for advancements, none of my members of my Cabal advanced at this time. However, for recruitment and expeditions, I decided to spend 10 of my souls in order to fund another normal expedition, so that way I can get a second roll, possibly 50-50 chance on the rewards table as well. My new record now is at 2 wins as well as 1 loss. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for this one for Battle Report number 8 for Reign in Hell. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest, greatest hobby news related to this channel. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. We'll catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.